Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. So often when we think about client relationships, our minds kind of jump straight to sales, landing that new customer, signing the deal.
Mhm.
But if you've ever been on either side of that equation, you know the truth. That initial handshake, it's just the beginning. What does it truly take to move beyond being just another vendor
Mhm.
and instead become that indispensable go-to partner?
It's a really common misconception, isn't it? The sale is, well, it's merely the opening chapter.
Right.
Today, we're diving deep into the multifaceted, often underestimated world of account management and account delivery management. These roles are incredibly strategic. They blend deep client understanding with razor-sharp operational precision and a remarkable degree of proactive foresight. It's far more complex than just a simple transaction.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Our mission for this deep dive is to distill the essence of what makes a top-tier account manager truly effective and, invaluable in today's business landscape.
Mhm.
We've pulled from a really diverse stack of sources for you today. Everything from dynamic YouTube channels focused on best practices to dense white papers on complex financial operations, and even detailed job descriptions. We're going to extract the most important insights, those actionable nuggets that help you understand this pivotal role.
Okay, let's start with a foundational understanding then. An account manager, or AM, or sometimes account delivery manager, ADM, operates in a post-sales capacity. They are essentially the enduring face of your company to active customers.
Right, the main contact after the deal is done.
Exactly. And this is quite distinct from a traditional sales role, which, as you pointed out, focuses on winning new customers and, immediate revenue. Account management, in contrast, is all about nurturing strong, long-lasting relationships with existing key customers.
Okay.
The goal is to drive long-term growth and expand revenue with those clients. It's definitely not a one-time transaction, but a continuous, evolving journey.
So their primary responsibility isn't just like keeping clients satisfied, but to truly take care of all their needs, making sure satisfaction is high and managing that day-to-day communication and delivery.
Precisely. And what really jumps out from our sources is this critical shift from being merely a vendor to becoming a strategic advisor.
Ah, that's a key phrase, strategic advisor.
It is. It means their advice isn't just welcomed, it's actively sought after. It's about focusing on tangible results, offering new perspectives, and, crucially, working as an equal. It's like being brought into the inner circle, you could say.
Yeah, I get that.
And for account delivery managers specifically, their duties become even more granular, almost like a mini CFO for that client relationship.
Really? How so?
Well, they are continuously improving delivery processes to reduce costs, ensuring contract compliance, making sure the company isn't in breach of contract, and even preventing gold plating services.
Gold plating, you mean over-delivering unnecessarily?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Which can kill profitability. They meticulously manage the deal's profit and loss, track project milestones, ensure timely invoice dispatch, and on-time revenue recognition.
Wow, okay. So very numbers focused too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And crucially, they're central to identifying upsell and cross-sell opportunities, often responsible for increasing the total contract value, or TCV, and securing those vital contract renewals.
So they directly impact the bottom line. It's not just relationship management.
Not at all. What this highlights is their direct impact on your company's bottom line through meticulous financial oversight and strategic growth planning.
That deep dive into the financial aspects really clarifies their strategic importance. It sounds like it all boils down to a deeply customer-centric approach then, driven by genuine curiosity and a willingness to serve.
That's the heart of it. This unique position allows AMs to truly understand their clients on a really profound level.
Okay.
Which brings us neatly to the cornerstone of great client relationships, becoming a client's trusted ally through that deep understanding. There's an anecdote from our sources that perfectly illustrates this. An account manager working with pharmaceutical clients initially found them, well, pretty uninterested in standard product pitches.
I can imagine.
So the manager switched gears entirely. They immerse themselves in the client's world, study their company history, the intricacies of industry challenges like clinical trials, drug cycles, even their competitors.
So they really did their homework.
They did. And the result, when they started speaking their language, as the source puts it, they started listening. It was a complete shift in dynamics.
That's a powerful lesson. So the action plan for building this kind of trust isn't just about, good intentions. It's about rigorously studying their business, understanding their operations, their unique challenges, their overarching goals.
Yes, and learning their industry becoming fluent in trends, regulations, market forces. You need to understand their culture, their
Hmm.
specific way of doing things, and crucially, it's knowing their key people, their roles, their motivations, what makes them tick.
Right, the human element.
Absolutely. What's key here, though, is that at this initial stage, the goal isn't to immediately jump in and solve problems.
Okay.
It's purely about showing genuine interest and building that deep knowledge foundation. This understanding is what lays the groundwork for future trust. It's about building connection before offering solutions. You're earning the right to be heard.
Okay, that foundational understanding is clearly vital, but beyond specific industry knowledge, like you mentioned ITIL or ITSM, which are key frameworks for IT service management, what are the crucial soft skills that truly make an account manager shine?
Well, beyond that industry-specific knowledge, the crucial soft skills really are things like empathetic listening, prioritization, and negotiation skills.
Yeah,
It's about the innate ability to truly understand people and effectively manage multiple accounts simultaneously. It's a balancing act.
makes sense.
Our sources highlight these 6 skills of a strategic account manager: technical expert, relationship lead, collaborator, results driver, innovator, and project manager.
Okay, that's quite a list. And this is where we found a really surprising insight, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. For top-performing organizations, the 3 most valued skills for account managers are actually project manager, innovator, and results driver.
That is fascinating because it kind of inverts the common perception you might find in, say, less successful organizations, where technical expertise, relationship building, and collaboration are often prioritized instead.
Right. It signals a real emphasis on execution, on forward thinking, and on driving concrete outcomes for the client. Not just being liked, but delivering measurable value.
Interesting distinction.
Indeed. And this leads us right into the art of communication, which our sources describe as a kind of secret sauce.
The secret sauce. Okay.
It's about being strategic and alert to a client's preferences for communication channels and modalities. For
Hmm.
instance, knowing if they prefer a quick voicemail over a lengthy email without completely overhauling your own inherent style. It's about meeting them where they are, communication-wise.
So, a communication mastery toolkit, as our sources call it. What does that involve?
It involves observing those preferences, adapting where it makes sense for efficiency, being consistent, and most importantly, listening actively, really hearing what they're saying, the subtext, not just the words.
Active listening. Always key.
Always. And always, always being proactive. Don't wait for them to come to you with problems.
Okay. And what about staying in touch? How do you do that without being annoying?
Yes. A key takeaway here is the emphasis on continuous client engagement without becoming that salesperson.
Right. Nobody wants that.
No. This means maintaining regular but valuable contact. It could involve sharing insightful industry reports, maybe creating co-branded reports, commenting thoughtfully on their LinkedIn posts or company news, or even sending simple thought about you messages when you find something genuinely relevant to their business.
So adding value, not just checking a box.
Exactly. It's about adding value, not just checking in.
And transparency in communication sounds absolutely key too. Not hiding issues, being honest about setbacks, but always providing solutions, right?
Absolutely critical. It reminds me of something related, Conway's Law in data teams.
Oh, yeah, the idea that system design mirrors communication structure.
That's the one. It suggests that the communication structures within an organization will often reflect its software architecture. So if internal communication is disjointed, it might well manifest in messy external delivery too.
Ah, so the connection here is that robust internal communication enables seamless external delivery and ultimately better account management.
Precisely. Building on that point, if we look at the bigger picture of project success, effective communication is absolutely at its core. Companies that actively prioritize stakeholder communication achieve a 79% success rate.
Wow, 79%. That's compared to what for those who don't prioritize it.
It's about 3 times higher than those who don't. That's a huge difference in actually delivering on promises.
That's a significant number. So, given that, how do you ensure that level of communication within complex projects? What do the sources say?
Well, they suggest methods for identifying stakeholder needs first. Things like surveys, digging through email threads, conducting interviews, running workshops.
Like standard discovery stuff.
Right. From there, you need a detailed communication plan. This should outline objectives, the audience, specific approaches like maybe daily stand-ups for internal teams versus monthly strategic updates for external stakeholders, the frequency, and clear responsibilities. Who says what, to whom, when.
Makes sense. And the tools.
And using clear communication channels is paramount. Regular meetings, obviously, but also instant messaging like Slack or Teams, collaboration platforms like Google Workspace or Notion, and project management software like Flowloo are mentioned.
Okay. But stakeholders aren't all the same, are they?
No, definitely not. This raises an important point. You need to tailor communication to diverse stakeholders. You segment them based on things like their level of influence, their interest in the project, and their role within the organization.
How do you visualize that?
Often using tools like the power versus interest grid. It helps ensure the right people get the right information in the right way at the right time. You don't want to overwhelm low-interest stakeholders or underinform high-influence ones.
Got it. Okay, now let's pivot a bit to the data foundation that underpins these high-performing account managers. Data engineering plays a crucial role here, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Extracting maximum value from data assets, streamlining data pipelines, ensuring data quality, enabling timely insights for business growth. It's all foundational. For an account manager, this means faster access to the information they need to serve clients effectively.
And what's particularly insightful here, I thought, was the evolution of data specializations.
Yes, a decade ago, you had the idea of the data science unicorn, right?
Right.
Someone expected to do everything from ML research to stats analysis and even app development.
An impossible role,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much. But over time, roles clarified into distinct specializations. Data scientists, ML engineers, data engineers, analytics engineers. This clarity is critical because it means experts can focus, which ultimately leads to higher quality data and better insights for AMs to use.
Right, better inputs for the AM. And so the idea of a modern data community emerges, bridging the gap between data producers like users, business analysts, sales teams, and data consumers, the specialized data teams.
Exactly, all using common technological platforms. It's about breaking down those traditional silos.
And platforms like Databricks are mentioned as examples of how technology supports this role clarity.
Yes, by offering specific tools tailored to different specializations. Data scientists might use notebooks for exploration, while data engineers use workflows and Delta Live tables for robust data pipelines. For the account manager, the bottom line is simply that the data they receive is cleaner, more reliable, and ready for action. Less time wrangling, more time strategizing.
Speaking of digital tools, let's talk digital transformation. Even without embedding AI absolutely everywhere, it seems like it can create tremendous value for maximizing profit.
It absolutely can. It's about leveraging technology to optimize core business functions. Enterprise resource planning, or ERP systems, are a prime example.
Right, ERPs. How do they help an AM?
Well, they unify all business insights onto one platform. Think instant access to team resources, outstanding invoices, the project pipeline, project status, all in one place. This empowers truly data-driven decisions that directly impact profit margins.
And project management tools.
Unified project management platforms are also key. They resolve that common issue of everyone using different spreadsheets or personal tracking methods. Instead, you get live insights on budget, deliverables, KPIs. For an AM, this means real-time visibility to spot growth opportunities and improve project profitability as it's happening.
Okay, this all sounds fantastic for big picture strategy and operational efficiency. But what about managing the underlying computing resources, the plumbing that makes it all work?
Good point. Our sources delve into the technical side too, specifically managing cluster resources in environments like, say, Cloudera data services.
Okay, what's the key takeaway there for an AM? They're probably not managing the cluster directly.
No, but understanding resource allocation is still important. Tools like the Resource Utilization Dashboard give an overview of CPU, memory, and GPU consumption by different workloads. This data allows for more precise resource allocation planning.
And quota management.
Right. Then there's quota management. It's basically a hierarchical system think root, then environment, then data service used to control resource allocation. It prevents single workloads or maybe one client's project from hogging all available cluster resources.
Oh, okay. Why does this matter to an AM, though?
Because understanding these resource constraints helps them set realistic expectations for project delivery. It lets them manage client expectations around costs and performance. It turns potential technical bottlenecks into, well, strategic conversations about resource allocation and prioritization. It's about knowing what's possible and managing resources effectively for your client's projects.
That makes sense. Tying the technical back to the client relationship. Okay, this level of detail is clearly critical for operational excellence. Now, let's talk about a pervasive challenge that professional services firms frequently face: Revenue recognition.
Ah, yes, RevRec.
Yeah,
Always fun.
right. With innovative pricing models popping up, fixed price, subscription, outcome-based contracts, and clients demanding faster delivery, the landscape is constantly shifting.
Indeed. And historically, there have been significant problems with revenue recognition.
Mm,
Our sources categorize these into sort of three buckets. Operational challenges, like managing dynamic engagements where the scope changes, dealing with fixed price demands when costs spiral, unforeseen overruns, or even work starting on unsigned contracts. Big risks there.
okay, operational. What else?
Then there are accounting challenges,
Yeah.
often related dealing with those overruns properly, handling unsigned contracts from an accounting perspective, foreign currency valuation issues, and finally, reporting challenges.
Reporting challenges.
Yeah, things like fairly allocating discounts across different services, or even calculating profitability down to the individual employee level. This isn't just an accounting headache, it directly impacts forecasting, profitability analysis, and even client trust if things aren't handled clearly.
Okay, so it's complex. What does this all mean for professional services firms trying to navigate this? Our sources detail 8 steps, but what's the core theme?
The core theme is really the need for a holistic and granular approach. You can't use a blunt instrument. This includes creating a flexible engagement structure where different recognition methods can be applied per engagement type.
Right, matching the method to the contract type.
Exactly. And developing granular pricing structures like tiered bill rates for different skill sets rather than one flat rate. It's about moving away from one size fits all.
Okay, what else?
Other crucial steps involve forecast-driven thinking, needing accurate revenue forecasts, and proactively tracking potential overruns before they happen. Also, efficiently handling reserves for any work performed on unsigned contracts. You need a policy for that.
And outcome-based deals.
You need to properly track those outcome-driven engagements, especially with success fees. Ensure correct valuation for foreign currency contracts, manage accurate allocation of price discounts across deliverables, and crucially, adopt employee-level profitability tracking for granular insight.
Sounds like you need good systems for that.
Definitely. Intelligent ERP systems like SAP S/4HANA are mentioned, and also Infosys Cloud Solutions as being crucial for supporting these complex, often shifting processes. The right tech is essential.
And looking forward, AI seems poised to really shake things up in account management too.
Oh, absolutely. AI is truly revolutionizing the field. It's automating routine tasks, which is great, but more importantly, it's providing incredibly valuable insights that were, frankly, unimaginable just a few years ago.
In what ways specifically?
Well, AI's impact is significant across several areas. It enhances relationship intelligence, analyzing communication data, org charts, to identify key stakeholders, predict their behavior patterns, maybe even flag relationship risks.
Interesting. What else?
Personalized communication. Think
Oh.
automated campaigns, but much smarter, with highly targeted content based on individual client needs and past interactions. Then there's predictive analytics.
Predicting churn, upsells.
Exactly. Predicting churn risk, identifying upsell or cross-sell opportunities, forecasting revenue with greater accuracy. And finally, process automation, streamlining things like data entry, generating reports, even aspects of contract management. It frees up the AM to focus on high-value, strategic client engagement.
That automation piece sounds huge for freeing up time. This leads us naturally into proactive risk management. For key account management teams, it seems absolutely essential to spot and manage issues early.
Yes, before they snowball into complex, unwieldy problems, especially with external pressures always lurking, fluctuating interest rates, recession fears, competitor moves.
And AMs are well positioned for this.
Perfectly positioned. Since account managers are so customer-centric, they're the ones likely to spot subtle changes first. They can ask those insightful questions like, how has that market shift changed your goals in the past few months? And they should be deeply reflecting on client feedback, both formal and informal.
So, what are the top manageable risks that AMs should actively look for and mitigate? Our sources highlighted 3 key ones.
Right. Let's break them down. First, relationship risk. This is a classic. It happens when a key champion on the client side leaves, maybe a new boss comes in with different priorities, or even if the AM themselves leaves the company.
How do you mitigate that?
Mitigation involves quickly understanding what value means to the new stakeholders and realigning your strategy and communication to build fresh trust. It's about reestablishing relevance.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2 is not seeing value. This happens when you either fail to deliver on the perceived value, or maybe the client is simply unaware of the value you have delivered. You might be doing great work, but if they don't see it or feel it,
It doesn't count. So mitigation.
Mitigation involves leveraging voice of customer, or VOC, strategies, interviews, surveys, to truly understand what value means to them and how they measure it. Then you align your actions and reporting to that definition. You have to show your work in their terms.
Got it. And the third risk.
The third major risk is negative feedback, or maybe the lack of it. It's crucial to remember that unhappy customers often don't complain. They simply churn silently.
Yeah, the silent churn is dangerous.
It is. Therefore, complaints, while sometimes uncomfortable, should really be seen as gifts. They're invaluable opportunities to understand and resolve issues you might not have known about.
So see complaints as data points.
Exactly. Mitigation involves acting on feedback promptly, investigating thoroughly, and ensuring issues are addressed to the client's complete satisfaction. It's a chance to turn a negative into a positive and deepen trust.
Okay, so what tools help with proactive risk detection?
Things like clearly understanding desired client outcomes from the start, conducting those crucial VOC interviews regularly, holding effective quarterly business reviews, QBRs, that are strategic, not just updates, and having solid living account plans that anticipate challenges.
And when a risk is identified, what are the steps?
Our sources outline 5 key steps for managing it effectively. First, rate its potential impact and likelihood prioritize. Second, document your findings centrally so everyone's aware. Third, collaborate internally and, if needed, externally to brainstorm solutions. Fourth, create a clear strategic plan to resolve or prevent the risk. And fifth, communicate progress transparently and close the loop with the client. Don't leave them hanging.
Right, communication again.
Always. This all culminates in cultivating a truly proactive risk management mindset. It's not just a checklist. It involves rigorously following a structured key account management process. Something like know the customer, act on knowledge, measure progress.
And evolving.
Yes, continuously evolving to meet changing customer needs by becoming outcomes-driven. That means having clear, shared goals with the client, conducting VOC interviews right at the kickoff of major initiatives, and using purpose-built tools instead of relying on outdated legacy systems that just hinder agility.
And finally, on a personal level for the AM, never stop sharpening your skills, right?
Absolutely. Continuous learning is non-negotiable. Attending workshops, webinars, conferences, staying tech-savvy, especially with relevant AI tools emerging, actively seeking feedback on your own performance, and maybe cross-pollinating ideas, looking at what works in other industries to spark innovation within your accounts.
Makes sense. And measuring success. It's not just doing the work.
No, what's often overlooked is that measuring success goes beyond just doing great work. It's about effectively showing it off, communicating that value.
So what's the toolkit for that? How do you measure and show success?
It includes defining clear metrics, upfront KPIs, that are genuinely aligned with the client's strategic goals, not just your internal ones. Tracking your impact meticulously by documenting efforts and the resulting outcomes. Creating clear visual summaries, charts, graphs, dashboards that make the value easy to grasp.
And tying it all back.
Critically, tying your work directly to tangible business outcomes for the client. Showcasing concrete cost savings, increased efficiency, improved customer satisfaction scores, whatever matters most to them. Showcasing this value consistently not only strengthens the relationship, but profoundly reinforces the AM's role as that indispensable strategic partner we talked about at the start.
And there you have it. Wow. This deep dive has truly revealed that account management is, well, it's a pivotal, highly complex role. It requires the unique blend of soft skills, technological acumen, strategic thinking, and a relentlessly proactive approach to client relationships, data, and risk. It's far, far more than just post-sales.
Indeed. It's really about shaping long-term success, both for the client and ultimately for your own organization. The symbiotic relationship when done right.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with a final provocative thought.
All right, so if we connect this all back, given the heavy emphasis we've discussed on deeply understanding client pain points and being a truly proactive problem solver, how might consistently bringing fresh, innovative, even small ideas to the table fundamentally change how clients view your value? Moving beyond just solving their stated problems to maybe anticipating their unspoken needs. What could that unlock?